The silent wasteland. A pitch-black night, with a cold wind whispering across the barren land. The soil beneath was dry, as though it had never known water. This wasteland was uncharted, forgotten. At least, that's what people believed. Jamma wandered alone, lost in this desolate place, searching for a way out. The sun had long since disappeared, leaving behind a chilling silence that weighed heavily in the air. There was no sound, no movement, yet something was watching. The eerie quiet carried a presence, one that pressed against his skin. Every step he took seemed to vanish behind him, swallowed by the shifting ground. The trees, lifeless and twisted, appeared to move ever so slightly. Shadows stretched unnaturally, whispering secrets that no human should hear. Then a voice, a faint, cold murmur. It wasn't the wind. Something lurked within the wasteland, unseen but undeniably present. A breathless whisper slid through the air, curling around him. Sinking into his bones, Jamma began to run, but there was no end to this place. Something followed him, unseen, relentless, waiting. This wasteland held stories never told. Jamma's breath was shallow, his footsteps disappearing into the dry, cracked earth behind him. The wasteland stretched infinitely in all directions, an empty abyss where no life seemed to thrive. The more he walked, the more the silence tightened around him, like a suffocating force pressing against his ribs. Something was watching. He knew it. The trees, if they could even be called trees, stood like skeletal fingers clawing at the sky, their bark twisted and cracked, resembling ancient scars. Their shadows, impossibly long, stretched toward him as if reaching for his soul. The air carried whispers, though no wind stirred the dust beneath his feet. Then the whispering stopped. A chill ran down Jamma's spine. He paused, heart pounding in the eerie stillness. The world had fallen deathly silent, as if sound itself had been swallowed. He turned slowly, half expecting to see something standing behind him, yet nothing moved. And then he heard it. Not a whisper this time, but breathing. Slow, shallow, right behind him. Jamma ran, his feet pounded against the earth, the wasteland stretching further ahead, shifting like a mirage, no matter how fast he ran. The silence followed. The breath, impossibly steady, stayed with him. Then his foot caught on something soft. He crashed to the ground, dust flying around him. When he dared to look back, he saw it. A body, half buried in the wasteland. The corpse was fresh. The eyes, wide open, stared blankly at him. Its lips, cracked and lifeless, were moving, but no words came out. And the breathing? It hadn't stopped. It was coming from the body. Jamma's scream was swallowed by the waste. Hitched as he crawled backward away from the unmoving yet breathing corpse. The air around him felt wrong, thicker, heavier, as if the wasteland itself was watching. Then the body's fingers twitched. Jamma scrambled to his feet, unable to tear his gaze away. The lips continued to move silently, forming words that refused to make a sound. His pulse thundered in his ears. No, this wasn't real. It couldn't be. And then a voice, a whisper, not from the corpse, but from behind him. Run. Jamma turned, but there was nothing. Just empty land, stretching for miles. Yet that single word, hissed and urgent, had clawed its way into his bones. He ran. The wind howled, though the air had been perfectly still moments ago. The ground trembled beneath his feet, his own footsteps vanishing as though the earth refused to remember him. The whisper followed, growing louder, splintering into many voices. Run. The ground split open. Jama barely had time to stop himself before tumbling into the black void beneath him. The earth had cracked, revealing something moving deep within, something shifting beneath the surface, as though the wasteland itself was alive. The corpse was behind him again. It hadn't moved, yet somehow it was closer. The voices roared now, deafening, coming from inside the void. Hands, twisted skeletal hands, reached up from the darkness, stretching toward him, clawing for his legs. Jama couldn't scream, couldn't breathe. The wasteland had been waiting. He turned to run again, but the land was gone.